I beg your pardon. Now, I don't want to pester you, but I just have to know, what time are you playing?
I'm not in a band. My God, who did you think I was? Please don't say someone ghastly.
Oh, damn it, now I feel like a fool. I just assumed that a woman with your charisma, well, she just had to be somebody.
Right. Thank you.
No, it's okay. I know you didn't mean to make me feel like a dumbass, so I'll let you make it up to me by letting me buy you a drink.
Follow my finger.
What are we doing?
Swiping to the left. What, you don't do Tinder in America?
Tender what?
Do you know what? I think it's probably a generational thing. It translates as go away, old man.
Be good, be cool.
Bye.
Thank you for that. I'm Clara.
River.
Alright, I don't know if this is gonna come off as mansplaining, but I'm just gonna be breaking down this minute as far as I understand it. So, if you understand all the social complexities of this scene and it feels like I'm mansplaining to you, I apologize. I'm just breaking it down and I'm just acknowledging that I understand it too and how much I love how they use those dynamics in this scene to an effective degree. But let's get into it. So if when you check out my commentaries for Kingsman 1 and 2, when they are up, you will notice that in Kingsman 2, I mentioned that all the male characters that we shouldn't like have kind of toxic male traits, and the males that we are supposed to like, they do not. And this is the first big example, with Agent Whiskey being kind of problematic. And since this whole minute is literally that, let's break that down. Now I want to start by pointing out that as soon as Whiskey starts talking to Clara, she completely opens up to him and is inviting of whatever this interaction might be. She's at a music festival, she's interested in partaking in drugs, she's open to the possibility of sexual encounters. It makes a ton of sense that she's open to just whatever interaction comes her way that's a positive interaction. Chill. So she doesn't go into this interaction assuming the worst or looking to be mean by judging the book by its cover, essentially. And she doesn't even dismiss his kind of cringy opening line. What time are you playing? We know, even without the context of the movie, that he knows she's not a famous person, but she's open to this actually being a misinterpretation or him actually mistaking her for somebody, which is commendable. This is clearly not her first time with an older guy being gross, so, and it's admirable for her to be so open to these experiences, even though I wouldn't blame her for being jaded. But we continue. But then as we continue on, his cliche and cringy just continues to elevate with every next thing he says. His whole line of saying, "Now I feel like a fool. I just assume somebody with your charisma." It's definitely 100% clear. She gets it, and she sees what's going on, and it's so cringy. It's like, dude, that's not how you treat another human being. Just throw away the gross lines. Just throw away the gross lines and treat her like a person. Which, admittedly, Eggsy will still use information that he knows about her to connect with her in an ultimately false way. But there's a difference in the feel behind the words, and it just makes a difference, as we see, when he pulls the worst line ever, which is the "I know you didn't mean to make me feel like a fool, so I'll let you pay it up to me by letting me buy you a drink." And then the worst offense you could do at a bar. Oh, don't do that to your waiter. I will say it does suck that she has to say thank you in the middle of all that cringy shit. She feels that pressure to still be nice until he finally just goes so cringy that she pulls the amazing swipe left line. And of course she had this in the bag. She didn't need Eggsy to come in and save her, but she appreciated the assist. It's weird for me to be breaking down this point and interpreting it and guessing, but when you're in that kind of situation, having someone nice back you up is nice. So as soon as Eggsy comes in, she physically opens up towards him. She now has Whiskey over her shoulder, has Eggsy to her front. I don't know how to say that. I'm trying to say it without sounding weird and gross like Whiskey, but I feel like I may be failing. Anyway, I'm just trying to give it all props. And it's funny, Whiskey literally responds like most people trying to win over stuff with cheap one-liners, which is as soon as he gets called out on his shit, he's boom, out of there, get his fragile ego away from the situation. Usually can't figure a way to come back from that because there's no script for that scenario. But Clara introduces herself to Eggsy, and we get him responding by saying his name is River, which, where this is going to go, that's pretty funny and appropriate and smart. And then she asks him to give this video a like to feed that YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much, movie dopers. I'll see you in the next minute. Or looking to be mean by reading the book. It's admirable, which admittedly, we're about to get to the podcast one, and I always trip over that, as you can see in the bloopers in the last video. Thank you so much. I got that one in one! Boom! Boom, boom, boom! If you see my bloopers from previous videos, the podcast CTA is very, very, very difficult for me.